Olá, olá, I'm Ana Santos from PT for You Portuguese Lessons Online. Welcome to one more week, one more video dedicated to this amazing language, as you already know, and to the idea 5 minutes of Portuguese per day makes you smile every single day. Today I prepared a new thing for you. I hope you enjoy it and keep following me on my YouTube channel where you'll find these videos and also my podcasts, Por Terras de Portugal e Neste Dia, that you find them on my webpage, ptforyou.wordpress.com. There you find all the transcriptions and the audio where you can practice the understanding, like I was saying, regarding different places of Portugal that you can visit, and also a little more advanced, the idea Neste Dia. Neste Dia is the story of something special that had happened in that particular day. And this is something that I've published every single week. So for today, what I have bring, I don't think it will be that hard to understand, is that especially the idea of knowing them, then can be interesting. In English, you also have this V words, like we call it some these relative words. And today we'll talk about that. It can be very straightforward when it comes to this language, but also, of course, with some details extra. So let's see if it helps you. The idea is, I mean, this table, what does it shows you? First, two steps. You have there one thing that is called variáveis and invariáveis. What's the idea? You already, for those who followed me for so long now, you know that I always say the masculine and the feminine, singular and plural, is the idea that always has to dance the same melody. So that words change, are variable according to what we are connected. But here, in this case, we have some non-variable. What's the idea? These words in this first table, and we start with the easy part, don't change because they don't change in gender, they don't change in number. So it will be a little easier to use compared to the others. And I'll try to make the connection in between Portuguese and English as usual to see if it helps. So you have the que, that is the basic and very straightforward that in English. You know that in English you can use that for everything. Everything that I will say from now on can be replaced by que. Then there are some specifications that are refer especially to things. And it's the idea that o bolo que eu prefiro é o bolo que eu prefiro. So this word will always be relative to something that I've talked. So the cake that I prefer. Then we use especially quem to refers to people. So que, especially for things, and then if you want to be more precise, and again, you always can replace it by que, that's the default, but I will explain you always more. Quem is more related to people. So ela é quem, she, ela, that que me ajuda sempre. Onde is referring to places. So I go, vou onde tem praia. I go where there is beach. So it's regarding the place that you're referring. So this que, quem, onde refers to things, to places, and to people, to persons regardless of the gender, because here you're talking more generally. When you start relating to straight things that you are referring, you want to point to object, to an animal, to someone specific, then because you're pointing to someone specific that has a gender, that has a number per se, then you need to choose one variable. Let's see the examples. You have here o qual e os quais. And see this idea. Eu tenho muitas bonecas, so I have many dolls, and bonecas per se, it's plural feminine. And when I say which, so I'm relating which to the dolls. When I'm saying which, because I have dolls in my mind, feminine, plural, I need to bend it according to as, and again, quais. Tenho muitas bonecas, as quais já pertenceram à minha mãe. Then cujo is the whose, that you know that in English, whose, that you can replace by, again, the que. But what's the idea? You have the dog, and then whose owner. So because this cujo, cuja, cujos, cujas is referring to the ownership. So it's not referring to the dog, and you're referring to the owner. Imagine that if it was a she owner, you'd say cuja dona. So this cujo refers to the owner, and for the first time, not to the thing that is owned. I think can be interesting and quite straightforward to think about I'll give you some examples in our next video. You know that I always have something more prepared for you in these next weeks. And meanwhile, don't forget, it is what we know already that often prevent us from learning. So keep in mind, especially the idea, oh, I don't need to learn. It's no point of learning because I'm too old, I'm too busy, I'm too something. It's never late. And that usually the only big obstacle that you have in ahead of us, usually it's ourselves. Don't forget about that. Meanwhile, have fun. Don't forget, subscribe, check, listen, email me for all your questions and doubts, and especially have fun. Ciao, ciao.